Hi, you guys. Long time no see. That was the heart chakra sound bowl. Hope you enjoyed that bit of a hum. But hold on. Okay. So happy Wednesday. Happy Mercury Day. Today is New Year's Eve. If you celebrate, Happy New Year. This is not a New Year reading. 111 on the timer. Although tomorrow, that's interesting, tomorrow is a 111 day. Now, I don't celebrate the new year per the Gregorian calendar, um, but I am honoring the numeric shift we are stepping into tomorrow. But I wanted to do a collective energetic check-in. I'm going to ease my way back in. So this will be a collective message, whatever comes out. But my absence, let's talk about my absence. So depending on how long you've been tapped into the channel, we are in the year of the snake until February 17th when we move into the fire horse energy. And I am an earth snake in Chinese astrology. So this energy this year has been very intense, more so internally than externally. I will feel like 2024, a lot of things changed for me externally. And in 2025, a lot has changed for me internally. And with that being said, with my birthday this year, I stepped into a personal 9 year. So being in a numeric 9 year and then in a personal 9 year, as well as being a snake aligned with this snake energy, it's been an intense transformation. And I live on a mountain, a part of a mountain, whatever the fuck. But with that being said, the energy of being on the mountain is very intense. It's very personal with the divine. So my absence has been very personal with the divine. But with that being said, I am easing my way back in. There's a lot that is going to be changing. We're going to keep some things the same, but there's a lot that needs to change. There's a lot that needs to elevate. There's some content that needs to be revolutionized. I think that's all I want to say to you for now. But that's what's been happening with me. All is well, truly. God is good. My cup overflows, but the transformation is internal. But one more thing I will say before we get into this collective message is that in reflecting in this energy of purge, shedding, self-reflection, and just understand the type of messenger that I am to the collective and to people personally, I'm very, very passionate about what I do. My Mars and my Mercury, and including my Sun, are in Leo. So if I am passionate about it, I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to hit it on the head. But I do notice that I have brought that energy back to back to back. And just because I'm able to handle it does not mean that you all are able to handle it. You know, people learn differently, people experience differently. And for a lot of what I do and speak on, I understand that it doesn't stroke the ego. It's more so what you need to hear versus what you want to hear. But I also understand that in the human reality, it takes time to play out. And I have not quite honored that. Again, a lot of self-reflection. And so with me being so fucking observant, low-key obsessive over the peace walk that the monks are doing. I've been watching the journey the entire time, and I was able to be in their presence yesterday, and their key message outside of peace is mindfulness. And so for that to just come full circle for me and in reflection of how I'm pouring my energy to you, I will be more patient and mindful. But without further ado, let's see what's going on collectively, because I have not been tapped in collectively, truly, truly. Okay, we're going a cappella tonight. No music. Hold on, let me light this incense. Y'all know when Cardi said it's a lyric on her new album, but she said, I cried 300 days. None of y'all hit me up. I've been feeling like that. So if you are in my, because y'all won't hit me up personally, but you will watch me. If you've just been wondering, that's how I feel collectively. Okay. Okay. All right. What's going on with y'all? Spirit, God, divine source, Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, universe. Thank you for this YouTube family. Happy holidays. May the cups that feel empty overflow. Thank you for peace. Thank you for mindfulness. Thank you for speaking through me as I deliver this message, whatever comes out. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear guide, clear channel, clear vessel. God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me whenever they are guided to do so. Allow us all to be divinely guided, divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Gratitude. Ashe. Okay. Yo, they're shooting like crazy. You know, out of all, a bullet has no name, okay? So just be mindful if you're going to participate in an external shootout of the celebration. However, my main concern today was the monks and them not being outside with the gunshots, but I've been tracking their location. They're okay. First card, we have Palm Destiny 18-9. I love it. It's the last day of a 9-year. Again, I don't celebrate the new year tomorrow. For me, I usually celebrate the new year in spring, but honestly, I feel like the new year for me and for most of y'all starts when we shift into the fire horse energy. I feel like that activates the magician energy of the 1 year. And the Fool is also combined because, you know, matrix zeros and ones, but 10 does break down to 1, enlightenment, hope. So whatever you've experienced or you've been experiencing, whatever has felt like you're drowning versus swimming, it's purposeful. It's purposeful. I just hit my left elbow. So the song that was coming up before I went live is Stand by Donnie McClurkin, which has been coming up a lot, not relationships. And I feel like that stand energy clouds distraction, not relationships. It feels more so like being at a tug of war with your highest self, as well as spirit, as well as your ancestors or your entire spirit team. It feels like, I know the nodes are in Virgo and Pisces right now, but like if I were to energetically describe how these cards feel, it would be like the discipline of Saturn versus wanting to be in the elusive energy of Neptune. And it's like Spirit is saying you can't have both. You have to choose. Do you want to be in the illusion or do you want to align with the program of your destiny? For a lot of you, I feel like there is a lot of guidance seeking with the palm. It always gives palm reading for me. But also just getting into different methods of practicing. Take that how it resonates. I'm not going to dig too deep into that. But it's interesting, as I say that, it's giving curiosity. It's giving hesitation due to curiosity killed the cat. Now I hesitated because a cat is supposed to have 9 lives, right? We're in a 9-year as of this moment, as I'm speaking to you. But I paused because I saw a dead cat not too long ago. But it's interesting with this message, even though the hesitation feels like it's aligned with, you know, curiosity killed the cat. And I saw that literally it's not. I feel like you're being asked to explore your options. It's kind of giving, don't knock it till you try it, but have discernment. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that makes sense, but let's move on. But it could also be, you know, desires that you have changing, where you felt like your destiny was aligned. You may feel like that path is changing, or change could not coincide with elimination, but change could coincide with expansion. And I feel like you're processing something as elimination when spirit is asking you to expand, to co-create. Magician. If you think about the magician is usually, Lord, let me slow down. The magician is utilizing all four elements, and then yourself being the fifth element, versus and utilizing them together, energy of expansion. The more that you have, the more that you're able to do with. But it's like you feel like you have to sacrifice in a way or area where spirit is completely giving you the opposite message. And going back, now they're showing me the image of the cat that I saw. But it's like an old way of thinking, an old way of doing. It's dying. And it's interesting. It's like, you know, it was an all black cat that I saw that transitioned, right? But with that being said, you know, black cats are very, very intuitive, familiars too, but some people view them as omens. I do not. But seeing that image definitely did fuck me up for a second, but I was able to adapt. But I didn't adapt. Like I didn't, you hear that? I didn't over process and adapt. Like it fucked me up. God has a plan. God has a purpose. Like the song, just stand. And I let it be what it was, and I went about my day. But with the all black cat, it represents, you know, the void, the divine feminine, the creation of nothing into something. And it's like, you know, you may feel like, going back to the prayer where cups may feel empty, you know, I ask that they overflow for you, but there's already an overflow. You just have to align with that, but you're resisting that. And whatever you're trying, something does not need to be eliminated. It doesn't need to be refined. It just really needs to be expanded. It's like, don't limit yourself. And hella energy on imposter syndrome. Yeah, Crystal's achievement. Happy holidays, happy new year. Yin yang balance. See, don't separate it, combine it. Period. Thank you, thank you. Feels good to be back here. All right, what else? Clouds distractions came out. We have November 18th on the board. And then we have healing in reverse. So a lot of you have been choosing to do everything else but deal with the root of the issue. So with that being said, clouds distractions, it could represent, you know, always being on the phone, social media scrolling, smoking, drinking, working, not missing a bag. Now, or shit, overworking the bag. I'm not going to finish the noun sentence, but overworking the bag. But healing is dealing with the root issue. And it's interesting because with this medical healing and ambulance, when it comes to Western medicine versus Eastern medicine, Western medicine is a quick fix, okay? A quick fix. It's like just putting a band-aid on it, versus Eastern medicine deals with the core root of the problem, purging the root of the problem for an overall optimal health type of avatar situation, okay? And with this, it's like where you would in the past be able to just smoke it away, drink it away, fuck it away. No kids should be listening to me, okay? Whatever it is that you whatever way that you're used to coping, it's no longer working. It's no longer hitting the same shit. It's like, let's just say you're a smoker, you could still be getting high, but that euphoric feeling of when Cat Williams said you hit that shit and say fuck it, it's not there, just as an example. But whatever it is for you, it's like you're not going to be going back to that Neptunian energy versus Saturn energy. You're not going to be able to just elude your way out of this. Like you really have to deal to align with your destiny. And for a lot of you that want to heal generational trauma, heal your lineage, whatever it is, healing that aspect or work that you desire to be at the forefront of, or, you know, embodied into, it starts with the roots. And I do feel like the root is you. And as I say that, going back to, you have the four elements and you are the fifth element. It's like you are the seed, you are the soil, you are the water. You are it. And then everything that spirit has birthed inside of you is expanding from that. So what the internal self looks like, what the internal dialogue, Lord, what the internal dialogue looks like, but I almost said dog. Dogs represent loyalty. So whether you're loyal to yourself, disloyal to yourself, that's affecting your air element, your water element, your fire element, and your what am I missing? Air, fire, earth, water. Which one did I miss? I can't fucking remember, and I just said it. But it's affecting the elements. So if you are vibrant in one element and stagnant in another element, the root is within you. So going back to, you could be seeking a lot of answers, and we always hear, it could sound cliche, sorry if you hear my neighbor running upstairs, but you hold the answers, you hold the key. Palm destiny, your hands, your imprints, okay, your footsteps. I was here, Beyonce type of energy. That song has been heavy in my spirit. And now that I'm looking at these cards, Palm Destiny is still upright, but Cloud's Distractions is now in reverse. So that's how you reverse the obstacles that are on the bottom, and now obstacles are reversed. But it's interesting because I feel like when things, you know how with some people, when they got money, they're happy, when you're broke, you're mad, right? Now for you, when it comes to your magic, your niche, whatever it is that you are good at naturally without education. Okay, I see the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album. But it's like, you didn't have to go through necessary steps to obtain where other people may have had to go through necessary steps to obtain. Again, you were born with this gift. But it's like, when things are going good in life, that gift or gifts, plural, whatever it is for you, is more so potent. Your protection is more so potent. Like, it's like that confidence exudes you and it's reflective of you. However, when you are experiencing obstacles, when it's like this shit, that shit, honey, I'm crying, but I don't know what the fuck I'm crying about. Which, if you're going through that, it's just a purge. The body is purging, the soul is purging. Let it take place. And for a lot of you, it's like where you are questioning things, just be. But there's two things I want to say, but I keep getting sidetracked by other shit that I'm saying. When your energy is low, when you're not feeling it, Beyonce is heavy, Virgo energy. But yeah, wanting to, dot your I's, cross your T's, be very particular, things going your way, how you want it to go. And Virgo is the only human sign. So when it comes to the human experience and going through obstacles, distractions, trials, and tribulations, it's like where you could expand, again, going back to that word of expand, where you could expand on those gifts. It's like the energy is like, it's like sucked from you. It becomes it's like what is a light becomes a devil in a sense. It's like angel on one shoulder. I just got hot as fuck. Angel on one shoulder, devil on another shoulder, throat chakra. But with that being said, damn, the fuck is happening? I feel like my body just turned up 100 degrees. Now I just started sweating. But it's like, yeah, that's when that fire needs to magnetize and you really take charge and go into that self-protection, go into the determination and speaking, using the tongue as a sword to speak the elimination of obstacles and distractions. And that's another thing. A lot of you could be using a lot of tools when the only tool that you need is you. And baby, it took me about 3 years for me to learn that, okay? When I started learning about candle magic, okay, and chakras and shit, I used to have like motherfucking 10 candles burning at one time, okay? Now, I just have my scented candles. Like right now, we got a Palo Santo and sage candle lit, okay, that I got from Ross. And then we have a white tea light, okay? That is it. But you are the magic. And it's like you go from this energy of I am to I need. And Spirit is saying no matter what you are experiencing, Palm Destiny is always I am over everything. You know how they say cash rules? I can't even fucking say it. I've been working on Baby, I've been doing a lot of work. Go me. I can tell about how I'm communicating. But yeah, you know the statement. But it's like, carry that. I am with you. Okay, let's move on. Anything else before we get into the tarot? Now I have chills. Cowrie shells, abundance. So for a lot of you in 2025, I feel like a lot of these experiences that you've had, positive and negative, it's beyond you. Like it really feels, you know, cowrie shell abundance, this is an old form of currency, ancient. So this is more so like that it feels like you've been doing generational work without even realizing you've been doing generational work. You've been doing I don't know what it is for you specifically, because this is not a personal reading. However, this is beyond you, but yet you are in a sense carrying all the weight. I'm seeing the 10 of Wands specifically, and how all of the wands are being carried on his back. And I feel like as of right now, like as we, especially throughout the rest of winter, we are supposed to be in the season of resting and you know, building and planting and figuring out what the fuck we want to do in the spring and beyond. This is a time to truly just be, just flow, and truly see what God can do, your ancestors can do, your spirit team can do. With how I said ancestors, I don't know, the way that I said that felt like a disconnect. And for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, it's giving like growing angry because you're not getting the results that you want in the timing that you want. But destiny fulfillment is not overnight. It's a lifetime journey. It's a marathon, like Nipsey said. And it's like a lot of you, the frustration, the root of the frustration is not honoring the marathon. The monks are an example. We are in winter solstice. And they are doing a walk from Texas to DC. All over the age of 40. That's a statement, okay? So just relax, yeah. Refrigerator just came on. Let's get into the tarot. And then I'll see y'all Friday. The moon. Yeah, there's a lot that you're unaware of, but there's a lot that's happening it's beyond you. Even with us going a cappella, I feel like there's a need to sit in silence. I hear sit in spirit. Denounce yourself respectfully. God bless you. Back to the message. You know, we started this live justice with a heart chakra sound bowl. You're going to keep the energy flowing. But I keep seeing the Palm Destiny. I feel like it's time to like imprint. Imprint, trademark, revolutionize. I know I said that for myself and what I'm doing, but I'm getting that for y'all too. Yeah, the Empress. All right, what else for the collective? King of Cups in reverse. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups upright. The World in reverse. Yeah, literally. So we'll stop right here. And look what's on the bottom. The Magician, the one energy, and then Virgo energy coming out. But you see how with this Hermit, she's closing the laptop. Just flow this be, okay? Especially throughout the rest of winter, and then the full. Sun and it's popping. But with King of Cups in reverse, it simply is just giving emotional disconnect. But with the Eight of Cups and the World, let me pick it up and show you. The King of Cups fell in my lap. Okay. So, okay. King of Cups reverse, Eight of Cups upright, the World in reverse. Thinking you have to walk away. You don't have to walk away. If the World was upright, it would be, you know, you being in the process of honoring the energy of expansion, completion. And it's like the expansion is a new beginning within itself. But the World is in reverse. There's a path that you believe that you have to take, but that's not true. Now, for others of you, because you have the Seven of Swords here ending as well, upright. So, interesting. The minors are upright, but the court and the major are in reverse. Why is that? Hold on. A lot of you, I've said this before, and I'm about to say it again right now. You don't know when to end your own suffering. You don't know when to walk away from your own pain. It's like you could have definitely, honey, the karmic debt has been paid, but you're not, it's like you're still disconnected where you should now be connected. It feels like the disconnects, especially with the King of Cups being in reverse, it feels more so connected to the heart chakra. And just being closed off. But it feels like the closed off energy is more so contributed to a lack of knowing. There's a lot that you don't know. And it's like where, you know, spirit may have given you insight before. The insight that you're being enlightened to now, it's just different. And that could be going back to some of you could be angry with your ancestors. But it's you could be angry with spirit, whoever it applies to. But there is anger here. And anger hardens the heart. So there's a need to purge that. And when I say purge, just walk away. Just leave it. Eight of Cups. Now, if you've been tapped in for quite some time, I've told the story many, many times, especially when I used to go live on Instagram about the boat and the anchor. And how the anchor is the heart chakra. So basically, I've never heard it. You're on the boat, you're about to take off. Think of this Six of Swords card, right? You're on the boat, you're about to take off, go to wherever the fuck you want to go. And you know how boats are, there's probably a term for it, but how boats have like the rope wrapped around like the dock so that they don't float away. But it's like as you are unwrapping the rope so that you can float away to wherever the fuck you're going, you know, you have people, and think of the rope as your heart. You know, you're disconnecting to move on. Or interesting, I said it like that. We'll leave it there. But it's like you have people that are aware of your heart, and you see how these swords are close to her chest. And then she's looking back at this Five of Pentacles, but it's giving like, you know how like toddlers don't want to let a parent go, and they like hold on to their ankles and shit, their pants leg. It's like with people are doing that to the rope. It's like you're trying to unwrap it and they're trying to wrap it. But it's more so if it's like, even if this isn't physical, let me just finish the message. But even if this isn't physical, it's like having some type of connection, attachment is good enough. And that may be okay for them, but that's not okay for you. I don't know. There's a need to, because you see how she has one foot back. I don't know, but the body language is very loud, okay? But with this one foot back, it's like, damn, well, should I bring them along? And I don't see no card up right here that has, I hear the past coming along. Now, what the past is for you, you decide, okay? And I feel like, honestly, the past is, it's like you know, but you're questioning it. You know, but it's like you don't want to believe it. You don't want to accept it. It's a lot of struggle of acceptance collectively. And this 9 year was an affirmation of acceptance. And we've all battled it. And as I say that, I hear Beyonce again, me, myself, and I. It's all I got and I need. Yeah, I just split. Where is it? Fuck, I just split the deck to the Lovers in reverse. Yeah, right here. And then underneath is Justice. Me, myself, and I is all I got and I need, literally. And this could be like, let's just say, you know, you got your group, you got your tribe, your posse. I don't know why that word is coming up. I don't say that, but it's like where you would connect and just help me be the best man, best woman I can be. The shit, something is not fucking connecting. And it's like where you have been going to connect, I hear as of late, it's been very disappointing, huh? I'm hearing that like in conversation, but like from spirit to you. But it's kind of like, you know, I hear the truth shall set you free. So it's like not wanting to hear the truth. But this is not misery loves company. This is avoidance. Avoidance versus acceptance. I don't know. AA. The Fool. So there's a lot of redirection happening at this time and throughout this season. But with the Five of Pentacles being reversed, it's giving warmth. It's giving safety. It's giving, honey, it's giving like, what's the statement? It'll be a cold day in hell before ... You finish the sentence. Like, that's the energy that it's giving on behalf of spirit in regards to you. But it's like you're not, there's something about your perception that is skewed for sure. Some of you have a lisp. All right, the Hermit in reverse, the Seven of Wands in reverse. It's time to stop fighting or flighting. It's time to stop running. It's really, it just feels like, and here's the fucking Ten of Wands. See that? But her back is leaned over in this deck versus the wands being carried on the back, which is reflection in another tarot deck that I have. But where there has been resistance, avoiding the truth. I don't know, the truth shall set you free. We saw Justice card. We know that, right? That's a moral compass code type of energy. But it's like a lot of you have been avoiding the truth. It's like people that will tell you the truth, people that will give it to you raw. There's been, I hear the birds chirping, but literally silence. Yeah, the Moon in reverse. But the Five of Cups came out upright. So it's like the truth is what you're avoiding. But I feel like this is a conversation with someone that will tell you the truth. And for some of you, you have said, fuck this person with the Eight of Cups. However, Spirit is saying, even though you're saying, fuck this person, the cycle is not over. So the story is changing. Just follow along with the Seven of Swords and that 1 foot back. You may very much well have an anchor, okay? And that anchor that you're trying to remove is aligned with your destiny, okay, to keep you out of this Five of Pentacles and out of this Five of Cups, because praise God, they're both reversed, okay? But you have to stop fighting, okay? And the Hermit in reverse, you need to get on with this knowledge, okay? Wisdom is power, and you're avoiding the fucking Wisdom Ace of Swords. That's a fucking mic drop. Period. That's beautiful. Anything else? I think that's a perfect way to end. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and now we have the Lovers upright, but Justice is in reverse. There's an imbalance here. You have, you know how they say we choose our own family? For some of y'all out here, you've been choosing wrong. And now I hear, when I think back over my life, what's the gospel song? I can truly say that I've been blessed. I got a testimony. Um, but with that song and these cards, it's giving you need to reflect on who's been forgotten about. Yeah, Four of Cups. Your dreams could be very off the chain. I keep getting Taurus and Scorpio energy. Taurus because Testimony is a song by Taurus, or yeah, and then the second thing I just said, I don't know what the fuck I just said, but it's a song by Scorpio. But your dreams, but isn't Lil Wayne a Libra? Does he has a song called Dreams? I had a dream, I was broke, no mention, no gold, worst story ever told. But I say that with the Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords reverse being here. Then he says, thank God it was just a dream. So there's an opportunity for something to be made. They're copacetic specifically. Yeah. But it's like the more you keep fighting something, the harder shit is going to be for you. And the more blockages, it's, yeah, because again, something is aligned. Someone, this is a person I'm speaking about, is aligned with your destiny, with what you choose to imprint on this world. But you can't, it's like you're trying to rewrite an Akashic code or an Akashic contract that has already been fuck. There we go. I puked it in my words. That has already been written. So you're trying to rewrite something that has already been written. It's like you're trying to fucking erase what God has put in the book of life and input your own story. And that shit is, if it's not backfiring, it's about to. Don't be foolish. Yeah, death in reverse. Don't resist the change. It's like you're really only hurting yourself at this point. Judgment in reverse. So there's a need to rethink. Stop fighting. See how she got that phone in the hand? It's time to have a conversation. And you'll be back in your power. I don't know. It's giving it's all connected, okay? Truly. How long have we been here? Oh, that's not bad. Anything else? Yeah, so the Four of Wands came out sideways. So it's like, I hear Incomplete by Cisco. But there's need to be, like, this is a conversation. Like, we need to get to business. We need to talk about things that people don't want to talk about, okay? I don't know. It feels intense. Yeah, the Sun in reverse. But it's like, once the truth is out, where do we go from here? I don't know. It's just, it gives, like, if you want respect, be honest. Yeah, the Devil in reverse. And what's this? Three of Wands. All right, anything else? I feel like we're starting to go in circles. All right, we are. I'm going to pull from the Oracle one more time. And then I'm out of here. But Queen of Cups, be honest about how you feel. What hurt you, what didn't hurt you. Whatever the case may be. Restore your power. And for some of you, you may be just afraid to tell someone else the truth. You have a what? Oh, sorry. You have a usable tongue for a reason. I couldn't figure out the word usable, but you have a usable tongue for a reason. But then some, hold on. What the fuck is this? Because it's like I'm seeing someone be interrogated. But then I also see, you know, I believe cartels do this, but when you snitch, they cut your tongue out. Like, I see that too. But it's like someone is viewing telling the truth as snitching. Now, I have my own honor code, and my honor code is mind your motherfucking business, okay? We don't know shit. That's my code. However, there's just certain things I don't play about, okay? And a few of those things I don't play about are the angels, God, the children. We'll leave that as top three, okay? And if this is in regards to a child, you need to do what the fuck you gotta do, okay? Meaning speak up, okay? Each one motherfucking teach one. But when it comes to adult shit, if you don't know what to do, pray. And when you pray, you will be answered. Our prayers are always answered. It don't be stroking our ego. So we be like, Daniel in the fucking, what was it, Daniel in the well, when he kept asking for God to save him from the fucking well, and God kept sending all of the rescues, but Daniel was just not taking heed, okay? So yeah, take heed and just move accordingly. But I feel like with whatever you are being asked, whatever this is that I'm talking about, because I don't know the specifics, but with whatever this is, I feel like whatever you need to answer your own question, going back to earlier when we were talking about you are the answer. What is your moral code? What is your value system? And I feel like once you go through that list of yours, then you will know what to do. Only you know the specification of the circumstances, okay? Yeah, you have coins, good luck on the bottom. All is well. Now, with that being said, because dimes and nickels is giving for some of you penny pitching, but this is a 10 card. And tomorrow is a numeric 10 1 year. Again, have to honor the numeric shift because I am living in this Gregorian calendar year, okay? But even though I'm not celebrating. But with good luck being here, you know, I don't believe in luck. I believe in favor. It's giving like, so earlier we mentioned not having to make certain sacrifices when we were talking about expanding versus eliminating, right? But with this, I feel like this is what I'm about to say is tied into balance specifically. Spiritual and practical. Spiritual, yeah, the balance of spirituality versus practicality. So are we, no, tomorrow we move into the pre-shadow of the Cancer full moon. Yeah. But I want to pull from the Moonology deck before we go. I'll grab that deck next. But let me get this statement out. What was I about to say? Oh, balance, spirituality, and practicality. So if you're a person like me, okay, baby, I don't miss a bag, okay? I go to work. I take care of myself, okay? Anytime there's overtime, my ass is signing up, okay? I go to work, all right? But I do know, again, we're going back to you got to deal with the root of the issue. The root of the issue is poverty, and I was raised on if you don't work, you don't eat. And that has been a fucking mental engravement that I have been doing so much work to purge. And I've been accomplishing that. I'm very proud of myself, but again, the work is not done. With that being said, it's like, let's say, you know, you have a financial goal, right? You have a financial goal and you create a plan to achieve that. But then it's like what you try to do to achieve that starts to become problematic, okay? So, for instance, you work from home, okay? You trying to get this bag and it's an internet outage, for an example, right? That's, you know, the plan not working how you want it to work. But with balancing spirituality and practicality, it's like you have the dedication, you have the drive, you have the commitment that is acknowledged by spirit, right? And with that being acknowledged, when are you resting? Yes, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, but, and I understand, I personally, when you are trying to achieve something, the grind to get there, okay, Jesus says, stay down till you come up. I understand, I resonate, maybe I operate like that, okay? But I also am aware that operating like that is so fucking unhealthy, okay? You need to take time to have a vacation, and have a vacation with nothing planned. Have a vacation to fucking sit in the house and do nothing. Like, the older that I get, the more that I realize the simple things are so important to life and vitality that we take for granted. So when it comes to you and your coins, your good luck, your favor, your increase in financial resources, whatever the case may be, um, to think like a billionaire, you count every fucking penny, okay? Right. But at the same time, it's aligned with the spirituality would be not obsessing, going back to that I am energy in all situations, in all form, fashion, whatever you are experiencing, no matter how dark life may seem, it is still upholding that I am energy. That I am is, I hear silver and gold. I rather have Jesus than silver and gold, that song. Um, but as I say that, and we started this current message on balance, balancing spirituality and practicality. It's like going back to, when you're up and things are thriving, and I mentioned how your gifts are, on point. It's like you're very aware of the potent spiritual energy that you walk with. But then going back to the Ten of Wands, when you're going through struggle, when you're going through trials, tribulations, hurt, pain, disappointment, you feel like you walk alone. And I feel like that moment and period, when the pain and the struggle starts to begin, you start to, it's like knock off your spirit team, eliminate them one by one, to where you purge them from you energetically, because your soul in this embodiment, meaning the feeling, going back to that King of Cups in reverse, of emotional sorrow, that it repels. I hope I'm making sense, all right? And so with the Queen of Cups upright looking at me, and the Queen of Swords up under her, this is definitely tied into emotional intelligence, but this is being able to, self-correct and course correct in real time, or after a few minutes, but definitely not in the energy of going to bed mad, okay? It's should never go to bed with a heavy heart. And when you are having painful days, and when the pain is fresh, saying that statement is like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not a reality. But it is a reality to affirm that all will be well. The trouble doesn't last always. That is okay to do. That is what the Queen of Swords is advising. When you are in emotional sorrow, turmoil, even in emotional highs, use that high potent energy to build the reservoir that you can pull from when you are in that low emotional energy. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. But it's like, instead of separating it, okay, instead of having, 10 cents versus 1 penny, baby, you got 11, okay, balance. So yeah, heart, love. But a lot of you are being asked to open your heart. Ooh, I got chills. Anything else? What about it? You have moon emotions on the bottom, angel numbers confirmation, but not relationships came out with medical healing. I'm sorry, medical staff healing in reverse. A lot of you are about to have a full circle moment when it comes to some type of connection in your life. Like, there's going to be divine intervention so that two people can connect. I don't know how this is going to happen though, because if this is where you have like choices to speak, choices to respond, a lot of you are choosing not to. But I hear God is greater than you, period. But as you see, this is not a tight, it's not a tight knot, okay? Um, but it's like this friction can be easily undone. And whatever this issue, this friction is with this being red, it's affecting your root chakra. But a lot of you have completely lost hope. But with never give up being here, there's no need, okay? But a lot of you have not been honest about your feelings, your emotions. And a lot of you, especially if you're in the energy of gratitude is the attitude, it is okay to acknowledge the pain. The more that you ignore it, the more it's going to fulfill you until you speak on it. You cannot live in the light and be afraid to address the dark. You cannot have one without the other. That is an imbalance as a code of life. You can't have life without having death. And for a lot of you, there's avoidance between having both and accepting both. Again, avoidance versus acceptance. And you've put up boundaries with this. And then underneath boundaries is glow, possibility, and then back to where we started. Now we're about to end. I'm about to get the Moonology deck. The Palm Destiny. First card we had before we pulled everything else. With fence and boundaries, glow, possibility, July. Well, this year is going to be life-changing, but in July, the nodes shift into Leo and Aquarius. I'm excited as fuck because it happens on my birthday. But with Leo being the sun and Leo ruling the heart chakra, unconditional love is a theme. And this relationship healing is connected, not relationships, to unconditional love. I hear a lot of you are very rigid, where there needs to be compassion. And maybe this is a message to me because I'm very strict with certain things, okay? But I will not compromise my moral code for anything or anyone. I don't give a fuck. But message to me. As I see that, strength. Leo Aquarius energy, all right? So, honey, a lot of you are afraid to be weak. And this is weak to spirit. This has nothing to do with the human, okay? But weak to the divine. It's like, as a man, as a woman, no matter how old you are, like, baby, I still fall on my knees and cry, okay, and fucking pray. I've done it several times this year. And that's that moment of weakness. That's that breakdown. And the longer that I withhold that, the more intense it is once it's purged. And a lot of times we get to that point where it comes in like a fucking a wave of an ocean because I'm trying to withhold it. And it's like when a levee breaks, a fucking hurricane, you know, shit gets dangerous, okay? But weak with the divine. That is safe. Weak with your ancestors. That is safe. Honor that safety net and stop running away from it. Yeah. Power lines energy on the bottom. They got you. They will carry you. They will hold you. Let me get the Moonology deck. Hold on. Oh, look what fell out. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. When was the new moon in Cancer? We have the full moon in Cancer on the 3rd, I believe. Ooh, where's the other phone? Oh. Hold on. And then underneath, you and your loved ones are safe. You have a new start is coming. So, hold on. New moon in Cancer 2025. It was June 25th. And the 25 card you had was the cowrie shell abundance. And I mentioned like this is, you've been doing a lot of generational work this year. Um, but I feel like this is connected to the full circle moment as well. A lot of new moon energy. I feel the need to read this, so I'm gonna read it. So the new moon in Cancer that we had June 25th, 2025 brought, I'm sorry, yeah, it brought gentle, nurturing energy that focused on home, family, emotional security, new beginnings, encouraging deep introspection and self care. As the sun and the moon, the light and the dark, align in this sensitive water sign. A lot of you have been very spiritually sensitive and emotionally sensitive, but what did it say? The, when it's a new moon, you can't see the new moon. We can see the full moon, but you can't, the new moon, it's a void. So, they are popping off outside. All is well. But those slid out. Let's see what emotions are running high. Very Emotional by Carl Thomas. Y'all hear them? Nothing will. We have the void, of course, moon. Nothing will come of this situation in reverse. Close this out for the collective, please. Adjustments are required. All right, bring love into the situation and look at the bigger picture. You know, who sings that song? Is that Mary J? Something Love Like This Before. Hold on. I just hear that part. Love Like This Before. Faith Evans. Oh no, Stephanie Mills. Who is Stephanie Mills? Yeah, I never knew a love like this before. That song feels like whatever we've been talking about. But I feel like it's like I feel like you are dead set on no, 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 no. And Spirit is saying it's really, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. But something is a part of your destiny. That's affirmative, okay? A time for healing peaked out, but you have expect powerful change in reverse. So again, just to further iterate, the more that you resist and the more that you deny the truth, the more that you will expand your own problems. But if you want to eliminate your own problems, look at the bigger picture, literally, bring love into the situation. And then look, you have balanced spirituality and practicality, and it's in reverse. So there's definitely an imbalance that needs to be balanced. But I feel, I don't know, there's something about either the truth being denied, but I also hear the truth has already been spoken. Anything else? Okay. Don't let pride get in your way. Okay. And then you have nothing is yet set in stone in reverse. So that if nothing is yet set in stone is in reverse, that means something is already set in stone. So again, babe, you cannot rewrite your Akashic journey record, the book of life. You are powerful, but you are not the Holy Spirit, okay? And I'm going to end it with this Libra energy balance. A new romantic cycle begins, but I feel like this is more so with you and yourself, you and your spirit team, and you really learning how to pull on your own energies in time of need. but also heavily emphasis on with this heavily emphasis on with the new romantic cycle begins. It's you opening your heart chakra, and for a lot of you, it's opening your heart to yourself, because you will allow yourself to have, I hear, limitations and scarcity versus joy and happiness. And no matter how dark the world may seem, light exists. I don't know if you heard that, but I was just telling my sister the other day. I was like, you know, with all this shit going on, the nomads, the people that live in the fucking woods, okay, their only concern is probably air pollution. With everything else, they are at peace. And it's like, as we move into this one year, and we should have all already chosen a side, but if you are still in that in between energy, which side do you choose? Pain, struggle, elimination, sacrifice, or being able to live and experience a life your ancestors never had? It's up to you. Okay. I love you. I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, I'll be back Friday. Missed you guys. Have a great new year if you celebrate. If you are in these streets, please stay safe. Do not drink and drive, okay? And somebody needs to make their house a home. Okay, love you.